expansion is dropping live today, so now it's time to see what decks are we going to play once the new Hearthstone year and the new Hearthstone expansion launches. Vicious Syndicate actually has 40 different decks for you to try out on day 1, and in this video I will go over them and see what my top 5 favorite picks are, so you guys have a better idea of what to play with, as well as what you're playing against. If you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to get me for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the decks.
You are not prepared!
I'll leave a link for the Vicious Syndicate article so you guys can check it out for yourself. And yeah, they have 40 different decks for all classes, so you guys can take your pick. Obviously, some are better than others, but if you have your mind set on a particular class, you can check those out and see what sparks joy for you. We're starting off with Death Knight, and here we have Horseman Rainbow Death Knight, Hand Buff Rainbow Death Knight, and also Paintfin Plague Death Knight. I do believe Plague Death Knight is definitely going to be a great option for you guys to play with, because a lot of people are going to be having fun with Highlander decks, and the main inclusion in this one is the Plucky Paintfin, which is going to help you get your Reska as well as your Burrow Buster faster. We also have a Zilliax in here, but all around the deck feels very standard, and it's really nothing to write home about in terms of feeling newer and whatnot. The deck I will be trying would be Hand Buff Rainbow Death Knight, and this is something I did try on the Furycraft, but since we were forced to include at least 10 new cards, it was definitely a little bit messier. This list is running some of the new cards like Lesser Spinal Spellstone, as well as the Amateur Puppeteer, and those would be your main ways of buffing up the hand. We also have Rainbow, Seamstress, which does get a lot of effect since you are Rainbow, and we're also running Corpse Bride in here, which honestly I do believe is a mistake. Yeah, you are a Corpse deck, but why are we running Corpse Bride if we're planning on buffing our hand? This would be much better to be the 2-4 guy, so we can actually buff it up and start summoning big men like 4/6s and whatnot. We also have a couple of Hollow Hounds in here, so we can actually lifesteal a lot. And yeah, we have all of the no-brainer cards for this deck, so it still is gonna be feeling very familiar, but also quite fresh. Next up we have Demon Hunter, and honestly nothing really caught my eye for Demon Hunter, but here from Vicious Syndicate we have Weapon Aggro Demon Hunter as possible options, Grasping Hand Demon Hunter, and Gunslinger Reno Demon Hunter. I did try the Reno variant on the Furycraft, and it definitely didn't feel like anything to write home about, so keep that in mind. But yeah, you can check those out if you feel like playing Demon Hunter today. Same with Druid, nothing really is catching my eye here, but we do have Ionar Boomkin Druid, Ionar Aviana Druid, Aggro Dragon Druid, and Dragon Reno Druid, and I did see a few Druids out there on the Furycraft. They did feel a little bit too complicated for my liking, at least for a day 1 thing to be playing, but if you're up for the challenge, you can give them a go. Hunter, I did want to play Hunter on the Furycraft, but nothing really made sense, since we had to include again 10 new cards. I do believe Secret Spellstone Hunter is gonna be strong probably again, but again it was impossible to create anything with 10 new cards for Hunter, so I haven't really thought about it way too much. I will try something with Hunter soon, but not on day 1 I do believe. The decks we have proposed here is Spell Token Hunter, Hand Buff Beast Hunter, Mystery Egg Hunter, and also Buzzard Reno Hunter. And yeah, Reno Hunter is still gonna be probably hella strong. With Mage, we did see a lot of BS Mage out there on the Furycraft, but I do believe it's not going to be very strong, and I'm very happy about that, because anytime a deck like that becomes meta, it's just wrong, like seriously. Whenever your entire game plan revolves around casting 5 random spells in hopes to win, that's like just Russian roulette every time, and win or lose, I feel like that's just dumb for the game, but that's just me. The decks we have here would be Projection Orb Spell Mage, Excavate Rainbow Mage, Burn Elemental Mage, and that's about it. So you guys can check them out and see what sparks joy for ya. For Paladin, I did try an Aggro Aura Paladin on the Furycraft. Didn't feel that amazing, but I'm pretty sure something is gonna be worthwhile for the Paladin class right now. And Vicious Syndicate has Excavate Hand Buff Paladin, Flash Crusade Aggro Paladin, Wind Up Reno Paladin, and Dancer Big Paladin as possible decks for you to try today. For Priest, I did try the Dragon Priest on day 1, couldn't really figure out a good archetype out of it, but there's definitely something to be had there. And here we have Gaslight Dragon Priest, Zarimi Automation Priest, Raza Overheal Priest, and Razarimi Reno Priest. So yeah, you could check out some of those for today. And now with those out of the way, let's get back to the classes I will be trying today. Starting off with Boat Rogue, which definitely sounds promising, and it's a simple aggro deck to have fun with on day 1. And trust me, there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be trying very greedy, very slow decks, and things like Pirate Rogue are gonna be farming those nice and good. Here we have some weapon action with Deadly Poison, damage increase as well as mic drop, and we have a ton of pirates in this one, including the new Treasure Distributor, which is basically an arms dealer for pirates. South Sea Deckhand is back on block, with Charge back going into face. We also have Leroy to go face action. Sonya, a lot of people are saying, is gonna be getting nerfed really soon, and I do believe that's probably happening. We also have the new weapon Water Cannon, the new Sandbox Scoundrel, and the new Bargain Bin Buccaneer. But yeah, all around you get the idea, you slap big time with the weapon, and you have a lot of pirates to smoke the board down nice and quick. The other rogue decks we have proposed here would be Cutlass Poison Rogue, Gaslight 777's Rogue, and Sonya Excavate Rogue. Moving now to Shaman, I did try Shutterblock Reno Shaman on the Fury Crafting stream, and that definitely felt strong, but we also have Shutterblock Elemental Shaman and Soda Nature Shaman, which still is possible to do the OTKs apparently. The Shutterblock Shaman is gonna be a 30 of cards, and with the help of Shutterblock you will be able to do some pretty amazing things, especially with the help of Hagata, and that way you can do some massive buffs with the help of Wish Upon a Star, but you also obviously have the Great Reno package from before, as well as some cool new spells like Baking Soda Volcano, and stuff like that. The deck definitely felt very powerful and very strong, and that is why I believe that Plague DK is also gonna be pretty good, because a lot of people are gonna be having fun with Reno decks like that. As for Warlock, Sludge Warlock basically got untouched, and it actually got a little bit of support too, in the form of Doomguard. So yeah, this Doomguard Sludge Warlock deck should be feeling quite good, and to give it a little bit more support, you also are running a couple of trap mechanics so you can have a couple of sludges in your hand, so you have better odds of Doomguard actually discarding those instead of some of your good cards. We're no longer running the Symphony of Sin in this one, which definitely did save me quite a few times, but a lot of the times that did involve Finley as well, which sadly did rotate. We still have the Fatigue package on this one, and the entire Sludge package, including a couple of Furnace Fuels for, again, a couple of good cards for your Doomguard to have a target on. The other new card in here is Zilliax, and everything else is basically the old Sludge package because it already was a pretty perfect deck, and it should still remain pretty top tier if you ask me. For the other Warlocks to try out, Big Demon Warlock is also out there, Sketchy Hand Warlock, as well as Wheel of Death Warlock, and I did see a few of those, but they definitely didn't feel as amazing. Even though they could be very greedy, and they could completely crush some decks, but obviously that's a possibility for any deck, isn't it? And lastly we have Warrior, and Odin Control Warrior is still gonna be hella strong. Boom Boss Reno Warrior is something I tried on the Furycraft, and that definitely felt strong. We also have Containment Mech Warrior, and Gaslight Blackrock Warrior. The deck I will be trying here is Boom Boss Reno Warrior, and now that I see it, it's actually not the deck I tried, because the one I did try did include a lot of mechs, so we can do some good Dr. Boom action, especially with the Highlander package, because after Brand got played like that, you did get to go face with 4 minions, if the board was empty obviously, and that felt hella strong. But it also felt a little bit messy, so maybe something along these lines would be a bit better. Anyway, that's it for all of the decks. Hope I see you guys on the live stream tonight, where we will go over a bunch of different decks so I can give you guys top quality deck guides, gameplay videos, and meta reports like this one. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can hire me for some Hearthstone coaching. Thanks for watching, I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video, or stream.